If he lost his
Well,
paladin.
I would like to play a rogue.
Nice.
I'd like
I
to play a
mean, I haven't played one, and I don't know why. Like they seem really fun, really strong.
or maybe I don't know, a monk, which seems a little
Awesome.
bit awkward at first, but
Well,
slapping people with your hands is fun, I guess.
You can punch a blue dragon to death.
yeah, is this
You can punch ghosts.
is this the post TPK conversation already?
Yes.
Yeah.
We agreed that while you were gone that we all make a death wish and see how it turns out.
Awesome.
Monks are super cinematic.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So in our last meeting, we basically started it with Cedric going down in a heap, right, from the blade of that wicked gnome. And she was basically trying to go for the egg that Lythron was carrying, and then there was like a lot of chaos when Mal basically hooded the one of the paladins with the bag of devouring. Right?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know it could do this.
And Elias tried to kind of throw the egg to make everyone disengage, trying to save Cedric. And it was Enhal who tried to kind of see how also he can help Cedric. It basically allowed the other dark paladin to basically grab the egg and flee from the scene. You took some time to investigate your surroundings. You figured out that Cedric went into the complex via a secret door in Renari's private chambers. So most of you kind of fled up into the chimney through which Cedric went in. And Cedric, you basically went invisible, kind of looted the place. You found a chest, a couple of documents. And you learned that after still kind of staying in the camp while the rest of the group started to flee, you learned that Renari is associated with a noble house called the Luskers. They hail from Baldur's Gate, and he is some sort of, I don't know, an accountant or something like that. Like he has some ties with him, seems like on the professional side. And you also learned that basically the treasure is being held into a place called Narital up in the north, but there is no specifics with regards to where exactly it is. There was a search party sent after you. You managed to kind of turn them back after you kind of fired at them and made their life kind of hard. You parked at a forest that seems to be crawling with spiders. You therefore decided not to spend the night there. You traveled a little bit to the east, found a nice hill, made camp, slept, and in the morning you found Thundergale watching over your camp. I think this is where we stopped last time. Anything I missed? Anything you guys want to add?
I just wanted repeated. What was that about the treasure being hidden somewhere? I didn't write down the location.
It wasn't hidden. It is being taken to a place called Naritar.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's headed for Baldur's Gate and then
Yes.
from
Yes.
there to Naratal.
Correct. So as you kind of wake up and notice this huge creature looming above the camp, you watch his demeanor, which is a little bit kind of looks at you from above, irritated. His nostrils flare. His tongue stick out, and he licks his face with sparks of lightning kind of burst from his tongue, and he growls at you. Listen well, mortals. The worm speakers have deemed you tolerable enough to receive a sliver of the truth. And he kind of walks around. Each time his pow kind of lands on the ground, the stones simply break under his weight as he simply kind of walks around the camp while looking at you. There is a prophecy, a draconic lullaby that dictates the flow of time itself. Entangled within its verses, it seems, are your insignificant life. And he looks at all of you, but his kind of gaze lingers on Elythlon and then moves to Anhal and Mal and Cedric. The past whispers of destiny, and your pathetic choices will determine some of its course. Fools scramble about, some attempting to ride the prophecy's currents. Some are desperate to dam its flow. He snorts, stretches its wings, and just this act of stretching its wing kind of shows you how big this creature is. And he touches, like, with a sharp claw, his own chest. In my infinite generosity, decided to offer a morsel. Either seek out Amara Goldwhisper in Elturel. She's the one who hoards knowledge within the House of Wisdom. Look for a book called The Ninefold Imprisonment. Or crawl to Beardusk and find Gemma Sunmeadow. Her moon-gazing father might hold another fragment of the truth. Remember insects, and he snorts it, and his nostrils flare, and a puff of smoke kind of bellows from them. This is a one-time courtesy. The path ahead will be paved with your screams. Heed these words, but don't delude yourself. You are but pawns in a much grander game. And when he says that, he looks at each and every one of you in turn. Now scurry off. May fate find you amusing. And he, with a roar, flaps his mighty wings, and like a hail of stone and sands kind of hit you. And by the time you manage to kind of fend it off, he's up in the air and gone.
that that one went well, right?
Anybody get that
Right.
down on paper?
Most of it.
Yeah.
I'm just peeing in my armor. Yellow liquid runs off the armor.
Mhm.
Ah,
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not sure. What did it say again? I was kind of. I wouldn't say scared, but I was a bit nervous about the whole thing. So I'm not.
we should go to
wasn't
see
being so
Amara
talkative.
Goldwhisper in Elturel.
Yes,
And
that's where we were
ask-
headed.
and at the House of Wisdom, ask for the Ninefold Imprisonment book. Or, I forgot the other place.
Baragust.
Baragast, of course.
Yes.
To
That,
see
that's kind of.
Gemma
that's-
Sunmeadow's father. Whoever that is.
Ninefold imprisonment. 9. Aren't there 9 layers of hell? Maybe that has to.
So what?
Well, anybody heard of these?
3 times 3.
Yes. Oh God. Oof. So, who was the name of the person we have to meet at Baragost, or the description of the person?
Gemma Sunmeadow's father.
Eda Sunmeadow,
Gemma.
Gemma. Does that name ring a bell?
I don't know. Does that name ring a bell?
Cedric, make a history check.
Okie dokie. That's not great. Oh yeah, that's an 8.
An 8.
Yes.
You don't recall much, but there is a Professor Sunmeadow in a bardic college located at Burdusk. Might be related.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, I don't know that person, but there is like a professor at the Bardic College where I sort of, kind of passed through on my way, I think. It involves a
That mu-
mine, but I was there at one
Awesome.
point.
That must be him. So you know this guy. That's great.
What? No, not Jenna. Or Jenna, or Gemma, or
Gemma?
whatever.
But,
But maybe
this professor guy.
is the Bard College in Baragost?
It's Burdusk. Berdusk. So if you look at the map, basically Burdusk is kind of to the north. Oh wait, am I getting it wrong? Just a second.
Yeah, northeast, and El Terrell is further north. Or actually, to us, it might be east completely.
Correct. So from where you are, El Turel is kind of to the northwest, and Burdusk is, I would say, from where you are, it's kind of to the north. So it depends. Kind of depends where you wanna head.
Well, Burdusk is closest.
But then El Terrell has this book, and I like books.
Yeah. So speaking of the book, ninefold imprisonment. That sounds like something my Aunt Betty would talk about.
She would read you before falling asleep.
Probably.
Is that like a fairy version of fairy stories?
Well, let's just say it's my Aunt Betty's kind of sense of fairy tales, probably. Well, she taught me to speak Infernal at least, so make a history roll, right?
Yeah, you
Worth
can.
a try. Does it anything happen?
You rolled a 19 on the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. 19.
What was the question you were trying to answer?
What I might know, probably, if at all, from my Aunt Betty's more or less chilling tales of the life beyond the Feywild. She's always somewhere traveling, making deals, getting stuff for her employers. If she has told me anything about, if it is related to anything infernal, then she might have. So.
What about the
The
book?
book, the ninefold book, yeah.
Oh,
yes, the ninefold imprisonment.
The only kind of piece that you managed to recall is a tale she told you about the writer of the book. It's a powerful archmage named Belarius the Wise, and the reason she told you about it is because he mysteriously disappeared after writing the book. She was trying to kind of warn you not to put too much of your secrets into in writing. And she kind of
I would never.
and she she kind of mentioned this this book. So
I don't have any secrets. Okay, so I tell. Yeah. My Aunt Betty, she told me this Belarius witch master. No, what did she say? Archmage. Well, he kind of disappeared, but he wrote the book, so I want to read it now.
You're right.
Yeah, but couldn't we go to Burdusk, then make a quick stop there, then to El Turel, and then to Baldur's Gate? that way
I
for the
think
road
you're
from
right.
Bethesda to Alturiel, and then for Alturiel to Baldur's Gate.
There's also a river
I have
that
no clue.
goes. There's a river
I
that goes from Verdusk to El
Yeah.
Turel, so we could speed that up if we get a boat. For
There's some really nice inns on the way also, so we can do some nice stops, get some good wine, some good meal, a nice bed.
I know the fate of possibly the North is at stake, but I would like a nice bed and some cheese and some nice meal.
Okay, so you want to take basically the
Berdusk.
road to Berdusk?
Yeah, and maybe we can stop by with Greenest to see if Greenest is still there.
Sure.
That will probably be on the way. I did also leave some of my stuff with the merchant we were traveling with way in the beginning.
Right.
Oh,
Like I have
Yeah,
a
that's
spare
right.
set of clothes there and everything. Like look at this. I know it's traveler's clothes, but look how dirty it is. As I say, as I press the digitation to get it cleaner.
So
Trend.
oh, you look wonderful.
you can get to Berdusk from where you are right now. It will take you on horseback something like 4 to 5 days. If you want to cut through Greenest, it will cost you like a day and a half extra.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but it could also be good information to maybe report back on the status of Greenest. It did look great the last time we were there, but yeah, it would cost us some time.
Well,
I
there were
doubt
Might
not.
be
we'll find
dangerous, too.
anyone. I doubt that we'll find anyone friendly in Greenest right now.
They could have survived, some of them.
We could ask someone we meet on the way what they know from Greenest, and then when we get closer and we haven't heard anything, we can make up our minds then.
Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I want to buy a dress.
I want to use my new spells.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, do you have new spells? What kind of spells do you have? I took Skywrite. Look, and she makes.
Like, no, don't draw attention
And then-
to. Oh,
No,
okay,
it's
okay,
way
so
back over
yeah,
there, right? It's a part of the sky that I could see, so I can make it
Yeah,
far away.
yeah.
And-
I guess it's fine. The dragon already was here.
And the letters in the sky say, Tiamat, Queen of Dragons, is bitch to the death 3. It's like, look, this is awesome. I've always wanted to do this.
Wow. That's top.
I'm proud of you, man.
That is awesome.
Don't you think it's great? We can be sky artists. And she's
Wow.
like, super excited. And I also took whole person, but that's boring.
Yeah, I heard of that by that. I got this Kona Cold, but it's not quite Kona Cold. It's like a smaller version of Cola Cold. I would do it, but
Let me see.
all right, I'll do it. I just like go to the nearest trees and just freeze them. Let's see how much damage I do actually.
Uh,
3D. I'm guessing they don't roll a con check. 18 damage, cold damage.
Okay, the tree kind
Whoa.
of shrivels, and out of its, there's a hole in every tree, right? Kind of a squirrel pops out and jumps out, and you have this, like, he stands up on his two, whatever it's called, after feet, I don't know, and
hind legs.
hind legs, and then he makes,
hind legs.
and then he kind of, waves a hand at you, and then it scatters off.
Sorry.
No. So you're an elf, you said? Nature, trees.
Look, we
Well,
all in the
winter
mix.
is part of nature.
Yeah.
No, it's early winter. Or maybe it was a white dragon.
Okay,
I mean,
and
anything can happen.
and starting wars with squirrels is also part of the elven culture. The culture wars against squirrels.
They're no match for us.
Yeah, just wait until you sleep. It's going to come after you.
Oh god, it's nightmare fuel.
Oh, so and on the way,
I did see Ido making some notes there.
Oh my god, no. I'm gonna have
maybe.
acorns thrown at me.
on the way we can maybe we can search for some herbs. I want to pickle this red dragon wormling fetus
Uh,
to keep it.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Sorry.
start to smell.
That's not a keeper, actually. It smells horrible.
No,
Can
it's
I do
just
a,
it's not even a dead. It's not even a day old. It's basically fresh.
Can I do an Arcana check or just my knowledge to see what parts of this dragon are really valuable for spells and things like this?
Sure.
We-
All of them. It's a dragon.
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
Let me help you with that.
Yes. Well, I need help. I got a 16.
And I don't know, what did I get? Oh, 22. No, don't you know that? No. It's good for this and that.
Yeah.
It seems
Oh,
actually
maybe I can.
it seems actually most of it is very usable for most of it are like potions because you don't have a lot of nails and scales to make armor or something like that or a sword. But for potion making, this is like the best it can get.
I will find a tattoo artist and they will make tattoo ink and then I get a living dragon tattoo on my chest.
That sounds badass.
Yeah. While they're doing that, then I will totally ignore what they're doing and just start to myself tell this story about how a dragon destroyed an entire kingdom because one simple peasant found a dragon egg that he took away from this dragon, and then the entire kingdom was destroyed by this one dragon because someone took the egg. It's for no reason whatsoever. I'm telling this story.
You don't show us this, right?
I do say that out loud. Yes.
That's a
Call
nice
your
story.
Not
Call your
towards you.
peasant
Just as I'm preparing, I think, oh, this story. Maybe I should perform some story about this at the next inn.
Good idea. Which one?
I'll hang my head down. It's like, where did my wine skin go? I'm sure I have some more wine somewhere. And here.
Oh, maybe I can pickle the red dragon in your wine.
Uh,
I can make a
let's
herb.
hurry. Let's get going. We have a long way to go.
Okay, we have the horses.
Yes.
Yes. So
Well,
you
3 horses, I believe.
correct. So you go on your horses and start making your way to the north. So you're basically trying to find a road or some sort of a trail that will lead you toward Berdask with kind of a trying to look the other way for hints with regard to Greenest's fate. It's a relatively flat area, so you're basically kind of exposed. You're trying to find a route between the hills, or sometimes try to go near a glade or something like that. Try to kind of keep your bearing north. But it's very open, and the weather. It's kind of autumn here, like approaching winter, so it becomes a little bit colder, but not super cold or super uncomfortable. Most of the time you spend your riding in a quiet wilderness, fresh air, the clouds above, at least the Tiamat is a bitch, kind of is behind you now and starting to fade away as you're making yourself good distance and good time as you pursue your destination. 2 days pass as you ride, stopping in the night to eat and to sleep. In the second day, rain starts. The land becomes a little bit more hilly and rugged, and you believe that you are getting a bit closer to the area in which Greenest is. You believe that you are some place to the east of Greenest, but then a downpour begins. It's not a storm, and it's not like terrible weather, but soon your horses are in the mud, and everything becomes kind of wet and heavy. And you approach this rather hilly terrain, in which you prefer to kind of go to the top of it to avoid any flood or something like that, or any mud stream. So you kind of from hilltop to hilltop to hilltop, and it kind of takes you a little bit more time to head north, but you find your way through the hills. At some point, you hear this roaring thunder, and water starts to pour between the hills that you are climbing. So it's kind of a gush of water, mud, rocks, trees, probably some poor sheep or something like that that got caught in the flood and is kind of tumbling. Its dead body is tumbling along. What do you want to do? Is this something that will cause you to stop? Do you want to continue and score the hills until you kind of pass this area?
Is there any coverage near us? Maybe a big tree or some cave?
Make a perception check.
Okay. 3.
Oh, it's raining so hard you don't see anything basically. Kind of, with all your armor and all your underwear is kind of dripping wet. You don't
There's
spot
nowhere
anything.
to hide. We have to move. Keep moving.
Yeah, I also think we should just keep moving. Find civilization. But should we make the detour to Greenest or not?
The
If the
visibility
weather
would
is
be
like
really
this, we have
bad.
to get pretty close to actually see it.
I don't think it's worth it. I think Iliathorn is like, I just want to get out of this weather. I don't have prestidigitation, so I can't keep this rain off me, and it's driving me crazy.
Prestidigitation doesn't help. It's like, oh, I'll just dry up this sleeve. Okay, now it's wet again.
At least I can dry off my underwear.
Okay. So pushing ahead, trying to kind of find another passage, another rock to climb, another hill to kind of descend and ascend before kind of getting into the flood. And at some point, you approach what appears to be a broken bridge. So all you can see is its two sides from one hill to the other. The river of mud whooshes beneath it, but the bridge is broken, so no way to cross it. However, at the side of the bridge, you see 3 cloaked figures standing facing each other, backs hunched against the rain, and it seems that they are conversing. One of them is kind of what, and they're shouting at one another, and then someone points to the hill just above the bridge, and if you kind of follow that person's finger, you can spot a cave. But it seems like those 3 people are either arguing or I don't know, undecided about something. Seems like they're pointing at all kinds of ways. They don't appear to have seen you.
Is it any way to tell like what kind of people they are? If from a distance here, like weapons, are they non-human or human?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, that's 19.
Okay. It seems like these are 3 elderly men. One of them is holding its stomach as if he's hurt or something like that, and he's actually leaning on one of the other 2. The other one is pointing at the cave and then at the bridge, and he seems to be very kind of maybe angry or like anxious or something like that. But obviously they're trying to make some sort of a decision and are not able to. The rain is still kind of in full force.
Yeah. And I will say like, yeah, it just seems to be 3 elderly men. One of them might
Let's
be
help
hurt.
them.
Yeah, let's approach them like calmly and without any dragon fetus in hand. Mel, put that away.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Actually, you're not
Okay, no
moving.
problem. I put it in my pocket. No problem.
It's really
does.
squishy and smelly now.
Hello there. What seems
Um,
to be the problem?
They seem to be not surprised, but they kind of all look at you at the same time in a strange unison. You do see three bearded elderly men. Their skin is kind of brownish and wrinkled. They all have bright eyes, and they seem to be slim, and their garments are very, very simple. Basically, a brown robe, a piece of rope to kind of hold it in place. All of them are barefooted. Um,
Do they look like druids or hippies?
the former probably. They seem to be in some sort of a related to nature or something like that. Seems to be very at ease at where they are right now. And one of them is kind of waving his hands at you and says, "Hey there, travelers of this crazy rain."
Depressing rain. Where that cave looks mighty nice from over here.
Yeah,
I'm thinking we should get over there.
the
Too
nature's.
bad the bridge is broken.
Oh, completely agree. We could probably fix it. However, is any one of you a healer by any chance?
I can help if there is a problem with that.
Our friend here, he suffered a bite, a sting, maybe. Would you care to look and see if you can do something about it? It seems like our usual medicine isn't really working.
Yes, let's examine him. Cedric, do you want to give me a hand here?
Yes, I can give you bardic inspiration, or I can assist and also look at it.
Let's assist me. Just should we roll medicine?
Yeah, the man who you're approaching seems to be a little bit embarrassed, but he kind of opens his robe and you definitely see kind of a puncture wound. The wound is kind of purplish and the veins around it are becoming black. It seems like something stung him.
Have we seen such wound again before we examine him? Do we know that kind of wound? From
roll
where
medicine. Roll medicine.
And I will inspire you and say, you totally got this. Here, let me help you. And then I'll sing a little bit of a soothing song and like heat up your the leather, like the insulating from the plate, so you don't feel so cold and chilly
So,
using prestidigitation. That's my inspiration.
so how much do I add for bad inspiration? 1d6.
1d6. Yeah.
So 18.
So it seems like this person was like stung by a creature who is very venomous, but it's very weird that the sting is kind of big. You wouldn't assume a snake or
Does that
something like that.
remind Enhil of something that he got stung with?
Probably.
Okay.
Is this person conscious?
Yes, he is. It seems like he himself has some healing capabilities because he is standing, but he doesn't look good. He doesn't feel good, and he, as you kind of, go ahead.
My friend, what stung you?
Whatever it is, it's right there in that cave.
Didn't you see it?
Oh, we were told that the villagers around are being terrorized by this winged aberration. We went to investigate and it just came out of the darkness. I couldn't get a really good look at it. Please. I don't feel very well. And then he kind of
Oof.
We gotta help him now. He's not gonna make
his
it.
his two friends are kind of did you try your healing? Yes, but the potion isn't working. I tried to kind of take the herb, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I don't understand it. And they kind of
Yes, I rushed towards the man who just fell down,
Mhm.
and I tried to neutralize the poison that's afflicting him with lay on hands.
Okay, can you with lay on hands neutralize poison?
As an action, you can touch a creature to restore a number of hit points to the pool, or 5 hit points to either cure a disease or neutralize a poison affecting the creature. So I guess I can.
Good.
Is he feeling any better?
So you touch him and you see the wound kind of becomes like it doesn't really close, but it seems like the black veins that were kind of sprawled around the puncture wound kind of recede a little bit, and it seems like you definitely made things a lot better. He kind of wakes up, and the two men that are looking at him look at you, Angel, and say, "We tried it twice. It seems like the wound is somehow returning." Oh, sorry, mosquitoes. Seems like the wound is somehow, or the poison is being repelled for a couple of minutes, but then returns.
Sir, are you okay? Do you still feel okay? We wait a couple of minutes to.
Yeah, he kind of goes up and says, "It's fine. Really, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be perfectly okay." And he kind of stumbles up, and then he turns to his friends and say, "We have to get into this cave. Like we have to find this. Maybe if we find the creature, we'll grab it, and then we can look at this thing and figure out how to make some sort of an antidote out of its poison."
Guys, I guess we have history with this dragon. Let's make some use of it.
He looks at you. What do you mean?
Well, I had one like yours.
And how did you get better then?
I just touched myself.
Mel is holding her ears. Like,
Paladins, man, they're just
I'm a girl.
that's how they work.
Why? It's natural.
They kind of seem
It always made me spit out my coffee.
they seem at a loss, but then they kind of look at you again, Angel, and nod. And then one of them whispers something in the ear of the other, and they kind of rise up and say, what exactly is this creature that has stung you?
Something of a dragonic the lineage, I guess. A dragon, a worm.
Maybe
Could I
with
do
him.
Could I do a nature history check to identify it as a Wyvern?
Yeah.
Can I do as well?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's a 1. So, it's giant draconic mosquito?
I got a 7.
Yeah, both of you kind of maybe.
What is it? What kind of check? Arcana?
No, they did
Nature?
a nature.
17.
Nature.
This rain is miserable. I can't
6.
think like this.
Yeah. Well, let's just go and burn it down.
I don't care if there's a wyvern in there or 10 wyverns. I need to get out of this rain.
All right.
And
let's go.
I do believe Enhal got a 17 to identify it.
Yeah, so you believe that it is a wyvern.
Oh, the one I shot my magic missiles at.
Yeah. However, what's kind of surprising you is the fact that the wound on this person like is not healing correctly. So something is off here.
Have we seen anything like that again, medicine-wise?
No, you
Uh,
haven't. Yeah, you haven't seen any kind of this form. But who knows?
Can I make an Arcana check as to what might cause a transformation of a wyvern to, I don't know, to mutate it like this?
Yes, you can. Sure. Make a check
19.
as you kind of examine that person, and he basically says, "Listen, I understand that you want to help. We can help with the bridge. Just take us to the nearest town, and we'll find a temple, and we'll be fine. If that's fine with you."
How far is the town from here? How many days or hours?
It will take probably 2 days on foot, but if we are riding, it will be faster. Obviously, not enough horses. And he kind of laughs, you know. And then there is another commotion between some of them, and then the person that waved at you kind of approaches you and says, "I'm terribly sorry for this. My name is Eldor. My friend here, he wants to go to the town because he doesn't want to trouble you. But if you'll help us just grab that creature alive, I'm sure we can find a way to make an antidote out of the poison." And yes, dear lady, and he kind of approaches Mel, something has transformed him. All we know is that there is some sort of a plague or some sort of a menace that attacked recent or nearby villages. All we found was dead animals which were mutilated and torn to pieces, and the residents asked for our help, and we tracked whatever touched them or mutilated those animals into this cave. Unfortunately, we were not smart enough entering it, and then one of our, like, my friend here was bitten. I wouldn't trouble you to get in with us, but if that's something that you can do, we'll make sure that you are well received in Burdosk, from which we came.
We did see signs of some undead creatures somehow linked to Merkel, attacking and like draining living things. What we saw, it seemed to just like drain their energy. Like there was a camp that were drained in the night, and they just remembered like waking up exhausted. But I don't know if that is related to that. That was like 4 days ago, 3, 4 days ago in that direction.
I don't believe this is exactly this, but who knows?
Well, I mean, our path is clear. I don't know about the
No,
rest of
but
the team.
how do you want to catch it alive? Do you have a net, a big one?
We are able to summon the nature to help us get roots and vines to come out of the ground and grab at anything that actually can move, or definitely inside of a cave. So we can do that. And if you just can, I don't know, hold that beast until, or at least strike it in a way that doesn't kill it outright, it will be much easier to extract venom when this thing is alive.
It doesn't
Well,
extract the life out of us.
let's
Can you
try
also
to
pickle a little dragon for me?
He,
let's try and see if we can draw this creature out here. I
Yeah, I can put it to sleep. Once we heard it enough, I can put it to sleep.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I will see if I can attract it, and I reluctantly pull out my vial, It's not a violin, but a viol, however you pronounce it. And like the strings is getting wet and everything. It's going to be bad for it, but I can clean it later. And then I start playing really, really poorly. Like if someone who hasn't tried to play a violin before tries to play a violin and it just sounds like you're pulling a tail of a cat or something like that.
But shouldn't we catch it in the cave? Because if it flies, it's much more dangerous for us.
But it has the home advantage inside the cave.
I can send in the owl and see what's inside.
Mhm.
I can do this right now. And then she summons the owl, and her eyes go like, as you always know, her eyes roll back. It's like she holds on to one of you, whoever's standing next to her, and the owl takes off to the cave.
So the cave becomes really dark really fast. It's kind of a large opening, but it's definitely natural, not something that was constructed or something like that. It twists and turns, and then the owl stops and sends you this image of. All I can kind of describe it is, think about roots, but that are emanating from a pool of ichor or something like that is still bubbling on the floor, and the roots kind of spread across the cave, and among the root is this body of what appears to be or what was a wyvern, and you definitely kind of recognize all the stab wounds and all the like scars that you gave it. You burned it a little bit, so you can definitely kind of identify it, but it's glued to the roots in some way. They are all over its body, definitely mutating or changing him in some sort of way. You don't really get though where the pool is emanating from. I'm not sure if you can do Arcana checks through the owl, but that's it reeks.
Should I try?
I don't know. Check the rules. I'm gonna get me some.
Okay.
Yeah, just a second.
Yep. So of course Mel tells this. She's like, "Oh, I can see a pool of ichor, and it's our wyvern. It's our wyvern. Ah, I can see where my magic missiles hit it. Huh? I did pretty good. But it's strange, and the pool is pretty gross, and there are big roots coming out of the pool, and it's yucky."
Yeah. I figured the only person that can do an Arcana check might be you, because you can actually see what's going on in there.
Yes. You can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, and so forth and so on.
I definitely do not want to fight it in there. If we can.
I can fight it with my familiar. Okay, so I can see through. I can use the senses. So I can probably, when I see it, I might be able to draw on my knowledge because I see what the owl sees.
Okay, so make
there's
an
nothing
Arcana,
specific about the rules.
make an
except
Arcana
from
check.
that.
I would say with disadvantage, because this is not you kind of there
Okay,
feeling.
first roll is 20. Let's see if I get any better. 11.
You believe that the pool is not natural, and maybe even like some sort of magic sustains it, but you're not sure. You'll have to either get in, personally, to kind of investigate it.
I send my owl to make a flyby attack with shocking grasp.
Wait, do we want to cross to the other side first? Because we're still on this side, right?
No,
The cave is on this side.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna come out now.
All right, then I hide
behind.
I gently touch myself again with Cedric and Lythorn for a bless.
Okay.
Okay, so the owl can fly by attack.
Yeah.
and
The
deliver touch spells for me,
so
so I
the
can make a
two
shocking grasp.
the two unwounded druids kind of climb the surface of the hill and stand in each side of the cave, ready to cast their spell as the creature will emerge.
I also I prepare jump to cast on Enhal if the combat starts. So maybe you can jump up and hit him with something if he flies.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I can hit it. Oh, I always wanted to try this. Shocking grasp. Touched to hit 22.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's see. Damage is not so much, probably 5. 5 lightning damage.
Yeah. So
And the owl just flies by, so there's no chance for opportunity attack.
So you manage to kind of zap the creature. As you do, some of the roots kind of explode with a pool of ichor on the walls, and then the creature's head kind of turns and watches the owl, and you definitely recognize those scheming, intelligent eyes that you remember from last time. But it seems like the creature doesn't recognize the owl. It does, however, detach itself with some effort from the roots that are holding him, and as it kind of moves to the opening of the cave, the roots kind of gets pulled out of it as if they were plugged into its body, pumping some weird stuff into it, and it then kind of sludges to the opening of the cave. As it does, your owl, still kind of moving around, sees that it stops and then starts to sniff the air.
Okay. So I relay that to my friends. Well, it pulled itself loose and sniffs around, and we're probably going to fight it now, right?
Let's ambush it.
This ichor stuff is really gross.
It doesn't want to come out.
I don't know.
It
We can call it.
I could maybe if we could I have Phantasmal Force. I could try to make like the wyverns like a the opposite sex of a wyvern and try to see if I can get it out of there, like a mating call or something like this.
It's sniffing, so maybe can you make smells?
I can smell, sound, everything. You craft an illusion in the root of the mind of the creature. You can see. I have to see it within range. The target makes an intelligence saving throw.
It's gonna fail it, I'm sure.
10-foot cube. So I don't know how big a wyvern is if it's 10 by 10.
But you have to be able to see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cast dancing light. So I make like 4 small torch-like balls of lights in the air, and I can move them around. So I move them around like just in the entrance of the cave, like some people are moving around with some light.
Okay. So as you do, the owl kind of watches this creature starts to kind of move in a much vigor forward. It seems like it caught a scent or something like that, and then fixated on a scent, and he kind of the creature kind of runs forward, and as like it's approaching the end of the opening of the cave, you, Eliath, kind of standing there preparing to cast your spell, you can see from within the dark cave just the 2 eyes glinting, fixated on you with much hatred. And then the creature kind of bursts out of the cave mouth. The 2 druids will try to, you know what, actually make let's do initiative. See who is doing what when. Okay, druids, not so well. Yes.
11 for Cedric.
Cedric with 11.
23.
What?
For Eliath. 23.
23.
5 for Enhal.
Eliath and Hal.
But I will make sure that my dancing light is like colorful and spotlights on it, like it's showing out, like coming out of the stage.
Yeah, with sparkles.
Mal?
Yes, and then I'll start with my music, boss fight music starts playing. It's not my
well,
turn yet on the play, but I'm sure I can do it as a free action.
Okay. So Eliath, what do you want to do? As you know, sparkling light. There's rave music. Cedric is kind of warming the crowd.
I from the depths of my imagination, from some weird arcane book I read a long time ago, I cast Phantom Force and summon some weird, crazy-eyed tentacle creature. Appears only to the wyvern that latches on with tentacles to it and starts squeezing it and holding it down and causing damage to it.
Ooh, nice. What should I do?
It has to do an intelligence saving throw
Which he miserably
against 14.
failed.
Yes. So, while the target is affected by the spell, the target rationalizes any logical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. For example, if a target is attempting to walk across a phantasmal bridge, once it steps onto the bridge and it falls, it believes that it fell because it slipped or something else. So basically, it just convinces itself that there's a monster there. And on each of my turns, I can deal 1d6 psychic damage to it.
Good. Okay.
So,
Mel, you are next.
well, if is the monster still in the cave or?
So it just kind of tried to burst out, and then the tentacle thing kind of snapped on it, and it seems like it's in midair or kind of trying to push against some invisible force, trying to get to a life form.
Okay, so for now I try keep stinging, zapping it with shocking grasp with the owl, or no, I can try a firebolt actually. Let's see, firebolt 16 to hit.
Firebolt 16 to hit, definitely hits.
Nice. So I do a legendary d10 of damage. 8 was the first roll.
8 is amazing.
Sorry, I rolled twice.
No, it's fine.
8 fire damage.
Good. So fire kind of bursts from your fingertips and smashes into the creature again. It kind of flails against the damage, and you can see that it is already burned. You have a feeling that while it was probably resting here or something like that, it didn't fully recover from your last encounter. Let's call
I
it
hit
this
it
way.
pretty badly.
Yeah. Next is actually this creature. You can see its tail. So Eliath, as he is fighting this imaginary monster, so I'm basically assuming it is a monster, so I can attack it or attack someone else or whatever, right?
yeah, you can attack. It's an illusion.
Okay, got it.
And if it misses my illusion, then it thought it just if it tries to hurt my illusion, it's not gonna hit it,
Yeah, I get it.
and it's just gonna think that it missed.
No, just the door. Just a second. Sorry.
And just so you guys know, nobody else can see it, just the wyvern and I. So you can see the Sit just kind of like struggling with something invisible. This is pretty good for like dumb beasts.
So the creature, as you know, has this bloated tail that now kind of unravels above its head, and it's kind of ends with this bladder attached to some sort of a stinger, and this thing kind of slowly unravels around the tentacled imaginary monster and points at you, Eliath, and then it sprouts this stream of black goo that is flying towards you. This will be...
I would like to cut in here and say, "How dare you, creature! Bad creature! Bad creature!" with cutting words. So I will lower your attack roll by a d6.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Thank God.
So 4 less.
Oh my god, this is amazing. So it should have been a 20, but it's a 16 now.
That's my AC
Oh.
right now.
Shield?
Oh yeah, shield,
Oh
shield,
yeah,
shield,
amazing.
shield.
So I
15.
wasted one of my bardic inspiration on you. Come on.
No, you didn't. Shield is just
Thank
a.
you.
Shield is 5, so even with a 20, he could have shielded it.
Oh, got it, got it.
That is fine.
Yeah, but anyway, so I'm just imagining him trying to kind of, help you and then yell at you, shield. Kind of-
Yeah.
Turn around.
Yeah,
and-
that was my cutting word. Shield, shield, shield. And like, oh, well,
Exactly. So the Ichor kind of hits your magical shield and plays around. Enhal and Mal, you kind of get drops on your clothes, and the drop sizzles and kind of burns small holes in your dress and in your leather kind of parts of your armor. So that was that creature, and we
One more
are
thing.
with
No,
Cedric.
I need a new dress.
Cedric.
I forgot to mention it took 1d6 psychic damage.
Oh, so you need
So,
to roll.
Roll that. 1d6. 6.
Okay, Cedric.
yes. I will move a bit further away from Elithorn, just so I'm not in the splash zone. And then I will change my music into being a fancy little spell. Bane on that one. So it needs to do a charisma save.
Failed.
Okay, so now it's a reverse bless. So when it makes attack roll or saves, you need to roll a d4 and subtract that.
Okay.
And now the dancing light is gone, sadly, because I can't concentrate on both.
Yeah. Okay. Enhal.
Well, the Wyvern is fixated on Elytron right now.
Yes, and the druids are at both sides of the cave starting to kind of use their spell. And you can see the earth kind of starts to grow those thorns and roots that are about to grab the creature.
Okay, so I want to try and grapple its tail.
Oh,
Try
nice.
to keep it as still as possible while avoiding the spraying on me.
Yeah, of course. Make a strength check. As you kind of try to hold it.
Athletics or strength?
Athletics is good. Ooh, this will be interesting.
8.
8. Okay. So on the opposed check, he rolled a 19. So you kind of try to grapple the tail, but this creature is so strong, it actually manages to lift you with your armor and then smash you on the ground. But you're still trying to kind of grab the thing, but no luck.
Good job, Enhal. You got it. You're holding on to it at least.
Well, it was a 12 actually, because I forgot to roll the bless.
Oh, wait,
still,
but I have a minus D4.
That was ability check only. It's only on attacks and saves. I
Oh,
just double checked.
oh,
So ability checks doesn't count, sadly.
damn.
Okay, so an 8.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry.
for Bane at least. I don't know about Bless, but for Bane it's only
the
attacks
same.
and saves.
It's
Yeah.
the same for bless too.
Okay, the druids will try to cast their spell. Let's see. Oops.
But now at least it has to subtract the d4 from the save.
Yeah. So this is a strength. Okay, so roots and vines kind of grab it. So this will reduce 3. This still it still manages to kind of avoid it. So this creature is so powerful and strong and big. You can see the roots kind of crack and fly over from the ground. One of the druids kind of falls startled. The other one's prepares a new spell to kind of do it again. Obviously they failed grabbing it. Elithorn, you're muted.
You're muted.
I begin to sing my elven song, and I gain +4 AC. Awesome now. So I'm a 20 AC as I run near it, and I cast Rhyme's Binding Ice. So it has to do a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
against 14.
Natural 1.
Perfecto. So he takes, oh my god, 6 cold damage.
Okay.
6 cold damage, and then plus um, plus 6 psychic damage. Okay, at least that was maximum.
Okay.
And as I freeze, like try not to get Anhal, obviously, just freeze a certain part of it. And because it failed, the creature is hindered by ice, and its speed is reduced to 0 unless it spends its action to break away free from the ice.
Oh, nice. Okay, so in this case, you managed to kind of essentially kind of freeze it in place. One of the druids shouts at you, Anhal, the bladder! And he throws at you what appears to be kind of this twisted glass tube. So he kind of wants you to squeeze the bladder into that. Make a dexterity check to catch it midair as you kind of hold the thing.
15.
Yes. So you grab it, and the stinger is in the other hand. Mel, what do you want to do?
I will hex it for strength. So that means it gets a disadvantage on any strength-based ability checks. And also my next attack, if it hits, or any other next attack from me, if it hits, deals an additional amount of damage. Let's see if my next firebolt does hit. 24, I think that should hit.
Yes.
And that is 7 fire damage. And hang on. Did it roll? Yes, 2 necrotic.
Okay. So the creature is burnt, frozen. It's trying to kind of move the stinger again. This time it tries to go for Anhal, who is holding it. So it kind of tries to move around and try to sting you again. But as like he has what disadvantage now on his attack, or it's just
Disadvantage on any strength-based ability check.
yeah, it's a strength based. I think.
But
Yeah.
not an attack, but it does has the minus D4.
Just ability checks.
Okay. So Anhal, this is actually might miss you. This is a 19 minus 3, so 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, so the stinger just grates your plate, and as you try to kind of hold it and get it into the vial, but it's not your turn yet. So it's Cedric's turns, and then you.
Yes, I was saving my bardic inspiration too. Well, I guess I can still do that, but come on, Enhal, I believe in you. You can do it. You are super inspired by me. I am your cheerleader. I got my pong-pongs ready and everything. Come on.
I got 2 new veins in my muscles here, pumping out.
Yes, and then I'll mock this Wyvern. Like, what kind of Wyvern are you? Like, getting frozen in place, like covered in biles and everything. You're so ugly. So it needs to do a wisdom save.
Ooh, that's a very good success.
Well, it is with the minus D4 and
Oh, wait.
the DC is 14. I'm not sure if that's enough.
So that's 20 minus 3. So 17.
That's still
Yeah.
sadly so nothing happens.
Yeah. I was surprised to see a +1 on his wisdom score. Okay, so anything happens other than Enhal being inspired? Nope. Okay, Enhal, do your thing. Squeeze it.
As I try to grab the bladder and trying to just spill a little in the vial, not to get myself killed. I prefer to lose the liquid than get it spilled all over me.
Okay.
That's
so make so what do you want to make? An athletics check or a dexterity check to kind of try and do that?
I'm better at athletics.
Okay, so a gentle squeeze to the bladder.
Natural 20
Opa! Nice.
Just
and
just save bardic inspiration for later. Then you don't have to use it. You can keep
if I don't have to use it, then natural 20 and I leave it there.
Okay,
you
so
inspired for the next 10 minutes, no matter what checks you have to do.
amazing. So the vial kind of gets half full with the ichor, and the druids go like, yeah. But they obviously hadn't thought about like the next step. Just go. Obviously, the creature is still there, fighting you. He kind of motions you throw the vial.
Before I end my turn, as a bonus action, I cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay, awesome. And then you throw the vial, or you don't.
I'm not throwing the vial. There is no need to do it right now. It cannot attack me quite easily.
Okay, awesome.
As a free action, I will shout to her. So are we killing it now, or are we still trying to capture it alive?
The druid tries again to kind of grab the creature with roots, but again, as the roots touch him, the creature kind of shakes and they fall over. And the druid looks at you, kind of, in total fear, and says, "No, retreat, retreat." But
Let's
that's
kill it.
but that's just
How-
their
how-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's their
How-
interpretation.
This way.
How hurt does the creature look? Does
Very,
it look like it's
very
like
hurt.
bloodied?
Yes.
So
Oh,
half
great. Easy.
Good.
Okay, sorry. So we are back at the Lithlorns.
Okay. Then as I see Enhouse smile, as in like, yes, experience points, then I'm just gonna cast again.
Honor.
I'm gonna cast again Rhyme's Binding Ice. So it has to do another Constitution saving throw. Against 14.
With a minus, wait. With a -2 Constitution, he passed. This is a 20 minus 2, so 18.
Dang it. Okay, well he takes dun, 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 6 points of damage, of cold
Okay.
damage.
Yeah.
And R1d6 of he takes 2 points of psychic on top of that.
Mhm.
And then with my bonus action, because I have short sword, I'm just gonna stick it with a short sword.
You can
see if I
only
can
do
hit it.
that if you made an attack.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Offhand weapon
it's
only
not Baldur's
counts if you
Gate.
made an attack with your primary hand.
Okay.
Okay, then instead of attacking it, then I move away from it. And that's my turn.
Mal?
Same procedure as last year. Firebolts for AC 15,
Yes.
1d10 plus 1d6. Whoa, that sucks. 5 together. 4 fire, 1.
Okay, fire
Necrotic.
again, necrotic, like the creature is kind of burnt, frozen, punctured, doesn't have a lot of life in it.
So
But-
sorry.
But then again, with the life kind of going away from it, it tries against the spell, so it's a strength check. A life to
With
break
disadvantage.
The
the
the illusion?
yeah.
Is it
The
intelligence?
ice.
No, the
I believe,
ice.
I believe.
Oh, the eyes. It's just an action.
Oh,
You can just break away from it with an action.
okay. So it does that, but then I'm assuming that he needs to kind of go through the tentacled imaginary monster.
It would have to do an intelligence check to really make sure it actually gets that it's an illusion.
Let's do that now. So it kind of stops there, kind of looking at the tentacle thing, but tries to kind of look around it with its eyes glaring at you. But that was its action. Sorry, Cedric.
Yes. I think I'm going to be brave or stupid. Oh, something like that. I will run up and stab it.
Okay. Ah.
It seems to be focused on Elias. I'm sure it's fine. That was not great. So my rapier is only 13 to hit,
Yes.
but that hits. Good. Then I hit with my offhand also my dagger. That's like a 20 something.
Okay.
And I deal a total of 12 points of damage.
Okay. How do you wanna kill it?
Like very like gently, like oh wait, it's dead. Oh yes, I'm brave. And then after I see it fall over, like yes, I totally planned that. And I like step a foot up at it. Yeah, that's how you do it. Like, did you see that, Enhole?
So the
That was
creature,
very cool. Very
the
cool.
creature kind of falls, stabbed, burned, iced, tentacled, whatever you want to call it, and then it seems like the roots from within the cave crawl up into it, suck all
Oh
the
no.
blackness from it, and then retreat back to the cave. So eventually, all that is left is a dead, regular wyvern's corpse. But the roots, kind of after they drank this whatever it was in it, they slip back into the cave.
Maybe we should just enjoy the rain a bit more instead of going into that cave.
We can take the stinger with us.
Yeah, let's just chop this stinger off.
I think that's a bad idea. We don't need any
Why?
more body parts.
I do need body parts.
You telling
This
this
is how
to
my
wizards?
aunts taught me. This is how I roll.
Yes.
Eldor gets up, kind of cleans himself, and looks around and says, "Let's pass the bridge. We'll find there's a farm not very far from here. Let's park there and try to heal our friends, and then we'll get you to Bear Dusk." And the two druids walk up to the bridge and then summon their veins. The veins kind of crawl up from one part of the bridge to the other, basically bridging the gap with roots and veins, and they kind of motion to you. They seem to be out of their kind of zone after fighting this crazed thing.
I do want to take a peek in there.
Yeah, if any of the wizards wants to go in and look at this pool that Mel described earlier,
Yeah, I
will
want to
be-
do that. I want to do that too.
I can be back up, like back up.
Yes.
I
I
get
want
ready
some
a
of
vial.
that ichor stuff.
Yeah, we gotta take a sample of it for science.
With
And
how
Yeah,
much
for
did
fine.
it?
My aunt science. She collects stuff like this.
Yes, and I can help you with the light. I can summon my dancing light again. It's just a cantrip, and I can move the light around up to 120 feet ahead of me, so I can like light up the tunnel ahead of us.
Okay.
I know we all have dark vision, right, Enhel? But
Oh.
even with dark vision, it's easier. It's better to see with light.
I can also wait outside
So as you
if somebody comes.
kind of go toward the cave,
Just a second. Before we go into cave, I want to give the vial to the druids. They have to heal their friend.
so he takes it, and as he grabs the vial, he also grabs your hand, and he looks at you and says, "Thank you for helping us, but I couldn't. Me and my friends, we couldn't have not noticed the dark aura that surrounds you. Something that you're carrying is reeking of death." And then he points at the cave. "If you and your friends want to go there, we will of course not stop you, but we cannot be part of it, even though you helped us."
What do you mean, dark aura?
I guess he means the sword that Eliathorn carries, the one.
You mean this? I said take it out.
This abomination, yes.
And they
Yes.
kind of take a step back and say, "You helped us. There is no quarrel between us, but this is not."
It's not what it we took this from someone evil. It's not ours.
We don't wield it. No, no.
No, maybe we can take it to a temple and like cleanse it,
Yeah,
purify it.
yeah, exactly.
They look at each other and say, "If you are headed to Bear Dusk, you can take it to the Eversong Tower. We can show you the way. It's our temple, and our priest will be happy to get rid of the evil in this artifact and turn it into an instrument of good, if this is what you wish."
Well, now that you mention it, I don't think we should go in there with this sword. Like, despite me being very curious about it, I have to say, it sounds like a bad idea.
Just leave the sword outside.
No,
If
I
you
think we
think
should
this
take the
stuff-
sword. We should take it to the temple, the Eversong.
Yeah. But if you want to, don't take it into the cave. You can just leave it outside the cave. Go into the cave. Go back out of the cave and pick it up again. Unless, are you somehow attracted to the sword that you can't pick it down, put it down?
Yeah, try to
tries
put
to
it
give it
down.
to
Try
you.
to put it down. I dare you.
Why should I? Why shouldn't I keep it?
I try to take it from his hand. Let me check this. I wear 2 gloves to touch it.
Here, Paladin, take it. It's better in your hands.
Anyways, you can take it, but as you do, Enhal, you feel some sort of a weird connection to it. Like you immediately drop it, but there was some sort of a bond you felt with it.
Does it remind me of someone or something?
Probably something in your past, but you're not like suddenly visions of fire and shadowy figures moving around, but then you're back to yourself. So
No, keep it for now. Let's cleanse it. So, are we going with those friendly druids, or are we such guys that we are going to go in this very unfriendly cave?
Hmm. I ask. I go to Druid. Like, is it safe to leave whatever those roots were inside the cave, just as it is? What if
Elder
some other creature, like a bear or something, wanders into that cave?
Elder says, this is way above our meager powers. We need to consult with the head of our orders at the tower.
Okay.
Could be
So you know
like,
what it is?
No, there is some sort of a plague that is hunting the farms around Berdask, but we were not able to ascertain its origin. It's definitely related. Maybe getting the vial, the poison, or this ichor, and maybe the sword to our to the head of our order might shed some light on this mystery.
Okay.
Better be
Alright.
prepared, guys.
yeah,
Yeah, we
could
should
you like
prepare.
block the entrance to the cave, like with your vines or something?
Yeah, cobble it up with stone. Maybe we can do this.
They approach the cave mouth and cast entangle, and kind of roots and vines kind of block it, basically making the entrance not impossible but very difficult. So they nod.
All right. I'll mark it on our map so we can come back later.
Great. Let's go pickle a dragon.
Let's go dragon pickling.
Uh,
We need a big jar.
like,
Oh, we take
where was it? Yeah, where was that other party that I met like a month ago? I think they needed some help.
No, what? Why? This is
That's a
great.
totally normal party that doesn't go around like with dragon fetuses and want to put them in embalming jars.
Sounds boring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it was nice and boring.
I thought we go shopping together.
Oh, shopping. Yes, that way we can do that as long as for clothes and everything. Then that is fine.
Embalming fluid.
I need
Yeah.
a princess's dress as well.
Okay.
Do you drink embalming fluid?
Can you drink this?
Why do you want to buy it if you don't want to drink it?
Well, my aunt always says I should try it on someone else first.
Let's try it on a Liathorn. Let's go.
No, I'm not your guinea pig. I'll read about it. So to Berdust then with the druids.
Let's
Okay.
hope they don't have embalming fluid.
So you druid people, is there any chance to salvage some herbs around here anywhere? Because I'm kind of run out.
Eldor looks at you and it smiles. Of course. What do you need?
Well, you know, the usual stuff for medicine, and then whatever you can sell for medicinal purposes when you go to the big cities where, you know, you can make some money.
He smiles, and let me show you the area. We'll have 2 days ahead of us, and of course I can.
Awesome.
So you spend kind of the next 2 days riding with them. Their wounded friend is kind of healed along the way to keep kind of not succumbing to the wound. Sorry, but they are holding tight to the vial of ichor, hoping that this will kind of save him as you reach town. And during the night, one of the droids kind of takes you, Mal, to kind of scour the land, and you find all kinds of herbs and plants and flowers and whatever. So when you do reach town, your kind of pouches are full with whatever thing you need. And he also tells you that at the tower there is a wide variety of herbs, but he promises that all of them are quite benign and none are party plants. Let's call it this way.
Oh, wow. But any from the woods are?
What do you mean?
The ones that we just collected.
Well, he kind of tries to shy away from those, especially with a little girl asking for it.
Well, she knows all about those. He is surprised, and she's like, "Yeah, you have to do it like this, and then you can. And when you do it like this, and when you dry them first, and then you do it like this, and then you can like, and then they really go, and people just go crazy, and you can make a lot of money."
So you know what? Roll a 3d6 for me, and
Okay, hang on. I rolled 15. 3 5s. Awesome. That's
okay.
the sign of the 3. That means something.
Come again? What was the roll?
3 5s. 15.
Oh, a 15. Okay. So you are able to fill a very small vial with clippings from a flower that is made, can be made into the essence of a perfume. And he tells you that this is like quite a rare plant that you find here. It's kind of a 4-leaf white and like golden specked flour in a very small vial, and he believes that you will be able to make like at least an intro in the market with this flour.
Nice. Intro in the market. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Anything you want to do before you reach town, which is kind of a 2 days, in addition to the 2 days that you already had?
Looking over my inventory, like, who brought food?
You're basically able to kind of hunt and gather along the way.
Yeah.
It's
Good.
it's
I
fine.
have rations for 1 day, and it's only for me. So
One
stay away
day
from me.
on this 5-day trip. Good.
Yeah.
I'm rationing it from.
We can collect herbs and berries and roots.
Exactly.
Oh, good. So we're high as a kite the entire trip.
It's good against hunger, you know, diet pills. It also, well, it's a natural high.
Exactly.
This 2-day trip is actually like a monthly trip for me.
It's 2 days of tripping.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'm gonna need therapy.
So the rain eventually stops, and
Therapy.
you arrive. I mean, the last day you basically kind of join in with a big river that flows to the north, and then it kind of connects with a road that goes alongside of it, and you believe that you are very close to the town or city of Berdusk. And indeed, after another day of ride, you find yourself observing red clay rooftops that are clustered together, forming, you know, this uneven patchwork of colors as you ascend one hill and watch a port town that is engulfing a large, like inner lake. Most of the town is kind of wrapped behind walls. These are big stone walls, and they encircle it, and you definitely see people kind of patrolling it, glinting armor of, you know, guards that are patrolling either the walls or stand on top of guard towers. However, the first impression was that of a very kind of walled, guarded city, but you can spot a lot of gates in the wall, and all of them are wide open. There are no guards at the walls themselves, and you can see like the city is a hive. A ton of people going in, going out, merchants, caravans, shops, and all kinds of you know, people from all kinds of ethnicities and colors and shape or form go in and out. Smoke coming out of chimneys, and it seems like there is a colorful market that is also engulfing the city very close to the wall. What pulls the eye is a single slender spire that pierces the skyline, and Eldor basically looks at it and points at it, calling it the Eversong Tower, and says, "This is where we're headed, where our order is based." And yeah, go ahead.
While we've been traveling toward the city,
Mhm.
I have asked him about I forgot the name of the NPC the dragon mentioned.
The NPC, the dragon
Thundergale?
mentioned.
Yeah,
Renari of
yeah.
House Dlaskar.
No, the one we're supposed to meet here.
Oh, Gemma Sunmeadow's father, Professor Sunmeadow.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's someone he knows.
Oh, he tells you that there is a Sunmeadow. Oh, why? Oh, the professor, of course. He's a professor at the Starry Stage College. It's a very well-known poetry and scholarship college for bards all across the land. He's a professor.
Oh yeah, I did take a course there, but it's kind of fuzzy, my memory about that place.
Yeah,
But
I can understand why. They keep looking at the sky with all kinds of machines, with mirrors and tubes, and they believe that
do?
they can read the future with it. It's like, really,
I was more looking at like the ladies and the bottles and I was young. I say as I still appear like barely 20.
he just smiles. So yeah, this is basically kind of the view that greets you as you go into the city.
Okay. Do we want to sell things before we meet with either we go to the Eversong Temple or we go to the I'm guessing the College of the Bards here?
Let's follow our new friends here and go and see about the sword. It might take a while to deal with that.
Let's make arrangements about what we want to do, and then we do the stuff. Well, we meet people. Maybe we can do something while we're already arriving.
So
meaning today.
So Eldor looks at you and kind of pulls something out of his pocket, and it's what appears to be kind of a bended key. So imagine a key like an iron one with a leaf as the handle, and it's bent to a half circle. It kind of shows it to you, Cedric, and he smiles and says, well, before you go into our temple, maybe visit the bathhouses. This is Vazar's private. He will accept this and really treat you like kings.
Yeah, I understand about the others, but I have been cleaning myself, and I did also find out I still have my vial of this perfume here, so I'm fine.
Yeah, and I want to make perfume, but I want to pickle my dragon first. But I need to buy a dress as well. I want to do so many things.
Well, that might be too late. You're really starting to smell.
I bathe once a year, guys. What are you talking about?
So today is the day for bathing. Let's do it.
Eldor looks at you and kind of tries to kind of put a word in with all the excitement, and he looks at all of you and says, "Listen, Berdesk is a wonderful city. People go in the street without arms or armor, and everybody are working hard and are happy doing so. It's really one of the shining jewels of the Vale. I think you should treat yourself. I'll be at the tower. My first priority is getting our friends healed, but take the key. There's an apartment there. Bathe, eat, drink, and come visit us as soon as you're
That does sound good. Like I could use a bath and like maybe some clean clothes.
Let's at least look at the bath.
I run
Let's
to the
go
bath.
eat.
Food bath. Let's go.
Okay. He points to you. So basically, Burdusk is kind of a like this crescent, not like a fortune cookie. It looks. In the middle is kind of the lake, and the port is encircling the lake, and then there's the wall. So he points you at the other side of the port. He says basically kind of follow the promenade until you get to kind of the port district and search for Vazar's. It's a well-known establishment. Just get the key. He owes me a ton of favors, so he'll treat you right. And then he and his friends go to the tower while you sideways try to move between all the masses that crowd the streets. And you do indeed experience the city as many people are smiling, laughing. You hear the clink of plates and people drinking wine and beer. There are wonderful smells everywhere of cooking, of clean clothes. Like it really is a very unique place that you have stumbled upon.
On the way, I would like to buy a new set of fine clothes since I left all my other spare clothes.
Of course, there
Yeah,
is.
so we have something to swift put on
Yeah,
after the
yeah,
bar.
yeah. You find a small shop called the White Feather. It has a rolling kind of shadow-inducing fabric on top of it, called with golden emblem of the golden feather. Two young women invite you in, start to kind of take your measures, and there's a lot of conversation about exactly what you can get and for what price, while all the others are standing outside and just watching the view.
Hal also wants to buy some fine clothes with
I'm not
Ilmater's
watching. I'm not outside
emblem.
watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'll need two sets. I'll need one that's really colorful for the stage, and then one for walking around in town, if I don't want to get noticed by all the fans.
Of course. So Enhal, you go in as well? Anyone else?
Yes, yes.
Oh, Mal, of course.
I go get a haircut. I'm gonna get my hair dyed, just a completely new haircut. So I'm not recognized so much. Maybe something that covers my ears. So that I'll meet you guys later.
Okay, so you go into a place called the Dragon Cut, and it seems like there's an elf there, tending people again. So he kind of ushers you in. Please take a seat. So you spend kind of the first hour or two in the city, either shopping, buying, or getting clothes or food, and at some point you actually realize faster than you've planned, the sun kind of starts to set, and people light the small lamps like that kind of dot the landscape, and the place becomes a little bit more tamed as people either drift from work to their favorite pub, or whatever. So the streets become a little bit less dense. Eliath has a new haircut. Cedric and Enhal has a new pair of kind of clothes. Mel, anything interesting or specific you want to get?
But do you have one of those dresses that can change shape 5 times?
They're kind of only what you see on the.
Oh, okay, boring. So okay, I get the newest Witch Queen's evening gown, please.
Of course, my lady. And they produce this gown that is probably more fit for someone a little bit older, and they ask you, like, do you want us to take your measure and kind of make it more fitting to your size?
Of course.
So you stand up on this small pedestal, and they start to take your measure, and you are in front of a mirror, and you see Enhal is kind of measuring a new set of boots, and Cedric is kind of with a new gloves, and from the side of the mirror you kind of get a view of the street behind. And as I said, people are kind of vanishing slowly into their houses, etc. But you do see this hooded figure walking all wrapped up in clothes, in its cloak, and it's kind of crossing the street one time, then crossing the street another time, then crossing the street, and every time it crosses the street, this figure peeks into the shop that you're in. The only thing that you kind of spot immediately is that there is a limp to its walk, and he is holding, or she is holding, the cloak kind of close to its body. All you can see is 2 fingers, and they are very badly like wounded, as open sores and raw flesh.
Do we all see this person or just
No,
Mel?
just Mel.
Do I recognize it somehow?
No, not that you think.
Okay, so how far are they with the measurements? Are they done?
Yeah.
Okay, so I sit down and I can summon the owl, but not. I don't have to summon it right next to me. I can summon it within 30 feet, so I can basically summon it outside in the air and just try and see if the owl can kind of trail this person a little bit.
Okay, make a perception check with the owl's kind of stats.
I think it's the owl is +3. I think natural 20 plus the owl, which has +3 or +4 and advantage as far as I'm concerned. So it doesn't get any better. So
an old man, very dirty, specks of beard kind of popping from his blackened skin. Definitely didn't take a bath for a while now. It seems like its bloodshot eyes are constantly going into the shop, and you believe that it's following Angel. There is a very distinct scent of blood and urine coming out of him. It seems like people around him are exactly that. They try to kind of bypass him, and then someone whispers something, and then someone's waving at a guard that is taking its time to kind of, walk into the area.
okay, so he's kind of waiting for us.
You're not sure. He's mumbling something and crossing the street again and again, and maybe you believe maybe he's waiting for you to get out, or maybe for Angel to get out.
Yes, for someone.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we go out, or when the ladies of the shop, if they give us a minute, if they're busy somewhere doing something with the measurements, then I will tell my friends, someone's watching us from outside, and it looks like he's watching you, Angel, and he doesn't seem to be very clean. I don't think he's hiding or trying to ambush us, but he's definitely watching us.
I turn my head where Mal points to this guy and try to recognize him. Does he look familiar to me?
Make a perception check. So you need to kind of approach the store's front to kind of get a good look at him.
13.
With a 13, you do find him familiar, but you're not sure. I mean, the state of this person, obviously a ton of neglect. He's obviously burnt. And then kind of it clicks. This is Andran. He was one of the lowly priests at the temple, like a few years back. The temple that you left and was destroyed. You never did kind of talk to him a lot or something like that, but he was definitely an active member of your community. And when you kind of approach the storefront, he does look at you, and it seems like he wants to kind of come in and say something. And that same very moment, a guard with a glinting armor with what appears to be kind of a purple hawk on the breastplate kind of grabs him and says something like, "Sir, I'm sorry, but I have to take you in for custody. This is not a place in which we appreciate this kind of demeanor." And starts
I run outside immediately. I can hear this, I guess.
Yes, it's happening
I
like
run out, immediately, and I say, "Please stop. He's with me," and I present my holy symbol.
So at this point, the two young women in the store kind of approach, and Mal, you can hear them, and Cedric, of course, like, what is this? Like, what's happening? What is this? Is this? Are they taking him? Is it one of the criminals? Those cultists?
What kind of cultists are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. No, nothing. Just a story my grandmother told me.
Oh yeah, my grandmother has told me stories. So do you mean the dragon cultists?
And she's kind of, aghast from like a
Or do
small.
you mean the cults of the dead three gods?
And she's kind of looking around, trying to kind of get away from this weird conversation. She says, no. There were a couple of thick animals that people found in the fields, and some people say that they're bad people trying to make the animals sick. That's
Oh,
it.
that's terrible. Yes, yeah, I definitely don't want to hear a story like this. Okay, thank you for protecting me.
And how that man, as soon as he kind of clicks that it's you, he is like, he pushes the guard, who seems to be like, what is this, and he runs towards you, and his hood kind of falls back, and you can definitely see kind of, the burnt marks on his face. Like half of his scalp is now just red. His hair is kind of growing in patches, and most of his skin is kind of flayed. And he grabs you, and he says, Angel, they are here. They are here.
In this town?
Everywhere. They're everywhere. The Soul Forged. He visited the Bone Castle, and he saw you there. And then the guards kind of, I'm terribly sorry, sir. This will never happen again. I'm terribly sorry for this. And he grabs him. And there seems like a lot of commotion. A lot of people in the street kind of gather around to see what's happening. And he's like, I'm terribly sorry, people. Nothing to see. We will take care of this. And he starts to pull you, while this person shouts at you, they're here for you, and then being dragged by the guard and some of his friends.
Can I react somehow without getting arrested?
Tell me how.
Well, please don't drag this man. He's with me. He's my cousin. He had an accident. We are together, and I want to buy him new clothes. Don't take him. He didn't do anything bad. He was just waiting for me outside.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but this state of neglect is not something we approve here. If he is your cousin, you will be summoned as well to the lady's castle. Your name and occupation, please, and please take him away. And they drag him. Hell.
My name is Enhal, a paladin of Ilmater. And who are you?
My name is Aline, and I am a guard, as you can see, and I'm responsible for keeping the streets clean and the people behaving.
Then get a broom. If you are responsible for getting the streets clean, not people.
He looks at you with his eyes kind of, squint. Enhal, you said, are we going to have a problem here?
If you don't let an innocent man that's with me free, yes.
He will be at the lady's castle, where he would get a bed, a bath, and something to eat. You can definitely visit him here, and we can clarify this whole thing out. No need to make a... And he kind of looks around to all of the people who are kind of gathering, a fuss here. This is not behavior that we tolerate in this city.
Do I smell something fishy about this guard or this policy of this town?
Make an insight check.
11. Can I use my inspiration now?
Yes.
That's a bit too late.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes. And it's like 2 days ago.
Okay. Didn't know. Sorry. Thought until long rest or something.
Yeah.
11.
Sadly not.
That's an interesting question. You don't sense anything other than, you know, a guard who is just doing his job, but he does seem to kind of go out of his way to keep a very dirty man off the street. He's not doing it.
Can I tell if that's commands from his superior or if that's just him overreacting?
There is some, like, you do think that he is a little bit pushing it, like, but then, you know, looking around, it's not a dirty city, it's not some place to be, kind of, you know, it seems like maybe he's overreacting, but it doesn't kind of light any red, you know, red lights or something like that.
Okay.
He kind of looks at you as you kind of, you know, think about that, and he kind of approaches you and says, "My name is Egon. You can go to the lady's castle and find me here. I promise you I'll take care of your cousin. But this kind of behavior and state of neglect is not something we approve of here. I'm sure we can
So-
fix it."
I don't want to push it at this time, so I'll just leave him without even talking to him. I'll just look at him and go back inside the store to tell my friends that this town has some very strange policies
Damn.
and some very stubborn guards, and that I need to visit the what was it? A queen?
The ladies' hall.
The ladies' hall. I need to visit the ladies' hall in order to find a friend from the temple I used to be in that got prosecuted or hosted there. I didn't understand exactly.
Were there other guards there? Just that one?
So that it was that one, but as he kind of dragged that person along the street, two more kind of came, joined him.
Well, let's all
Look
go
at-
to the ladies. What was it? Place, and then maybe we can meet the lady.
Do we-
I was in this town for like a year ago. Was that normal that they did that? Like something like that? If there were like bums hanging around, they would take them off the street.
That's a good question. No, it was not. You know, if there was a bum and he was harassing someone or doing, you know, some sleeping in the middle of the street or something like that, yes, they would kind of clean the streets. But other than that person smelling bad and looking bad, he didn't really do anything that warrants an arrest. So either the guards are edgy.
Do we want?
And I will mention it wasn't like that last time I was here. Maybe new laws, or maybe they're just on edge with this plague or whatever is going on in the countryside. That they're worried about
Obviously.
dirty people and people
Obviously, we
carrying
shouldn't
around
trust.
icky stuff. Mel, maybe don't show it to anybody in town. That might.
I want to have it properly pickled, and it's going to be really nice.
Yes, but maybe make sure nobody else sees that.
Of course.
Or hear us talk about it. I say in this shop where there are people like, yes, no, I need more color in this coat. Servant, come on, attend me.
So just to make clear for the party, for the first time since you met Enhal, it's the first time you notice that he's not in the mood for humor and he's quite serious at this time, not wanting to do anything but to get to the ladies'
Do-
hall.
Do you want to tell them and see if we can release your friend?
I want to see why he's here and what treatment he's getting, just to begin with.
Yeah, we should
Okay.
all go there. And until then, well, look, and we have some nice new clothes, and you can smoke some of my herbs if you want.
I don't smoke.
So you wanna So what's the plan? You want to kind of go there right now, or do you want to spend the night and then, like, what's the?
I
That's
prefer
up
to
to you.
go right
And no,
now. I prefer to
then
go right now.
Right now.
we'll go right now. Yes,
Okay.
we'll back you up.
Alright.
Thank
I
you
will
very
have switched into the fancy clothes, and I will put on my signet ring, the Lord's insignia.
Okay.
Cool. Do we want to chase after the guards? Maybe catch up to them before they reach the lady's place?
No, I believe we want to speak with the authorities there, not with some lowly guards.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So you head to the like it's roughly in the middle of a town. There's a couple of roads leading to it. You ask for direction, and basically all people kind of point into this hilltop castle, which is the city's chief administrative building. And most of the city guards are heading or hailing from that place. So as you kind of walk toward that high building, you can see a curved gateway with gates that are wide open with two guards just standing there. They are lighting the lamps just above the castle. The castle is in rather good shape, and you walk on the gravel road that leads to the entrance. There's a big hall there, marble steps that lead into it, and then a huge desk with a ton of guards going in, going out, and like there is a lot of commotion here, but not a chaotic one. Yes, sir.
Do you want to take the point, Enhol, or should I?
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah. Do you want to be on point, like go ahead and talk, or should I approach instead and talk on your behalf?
Well, I believe I can handle this.
Just let me know if you need backup.
So a clerk curls on this young man's head, open book, just kind of shuffling papers. Can I help you, sir?
Yes. A little while ago, just some minutes, uh, some guards brought up a very beat up guy here. And I want to know why, and I want to meet this guy because he was with me.
Let me just kind of look at my. You say he was brought in.
Yes.
Do you have the name of the officer that has brought him in?
I did write that down.
And
Need
he's kind of
someone.
shuffling papers.
Igor. It was Igor.
Igor.
Mhm.
Oh, Ivor. Of course, of course. It doesn't say anything about him bringing. And he kind of points back. Can you get Ivor, please? Here, there's some misunderstanding here. And then, like a large barrel, chested man, like with a huge beard, kind of approach. Yes. What happened? You said I brought someone here. I don't remember. I did.
That's not the guy.
Does he look like the previous guy?
No.
Damn. We got bamboozled.
Sorry, sir. It was a mistake. I turn back to the party and I say, keep your guard up. There's something very fishy going here.
I walk behind like a pillar or something, and you see me come out as like a random NPC person looking, just as I alter self.
Okay.
Well, can we speak with the lady?
You want to speak with Lady Sileria? That's a very unorthodox. Like, who is asking?
That's a friend.
Well, you will have to make an appointment then. Please provide a name, occupation, a place of residence, and where we can get you for.
I am Lord Kedrick Sadan.
Oh, Lord Sardan, of course. We didn't know that you are in town. That is terrible misunderstanding here. Please come with me. And they are, I mean, that person, the clerk is kind of rising up. Ivor, take over. I'll get this, these people to the hall. And you are taken to a chamber, which is basically this large room, a carpet, a desk. There's a display of all kinds of beverages, alcohol, a small kind of closet with books in it, and you go in, and that person says she will come in a minute. I'm sure she can find a couple of minutes for you, Lord Cedric. Anything you want brought in as you're waiting?
Some wine and maybe like some light refreshment. We haven't had dinner yet.
Of course. Terribly sorry. And he closes the door behind you. And then you can hear footsteps on the kind of small staircase that leads from the top floor of the whatever office it is to your room. And at this point, a young or woman, she looks young, very beautiful, golden curls, wrapped in some sort of a outfit that looks like armor, but it's not exactly armor. It's made out of interweaving dragon scales. Very fine. It looks woven and not like real dragon scales or something like that. And you do remember that her name is Lady Illyria Dragonbreast. So probably an official gown or something like that. And she takes one step after the other, and smiles at you. Cedric, it's been a long time.
Oh no, who is it?
And there are more steps going down the staircase, and then she turns around and says, a friend told me you will arrive. And through the staircase, you can see like as that person kind of goes down, boots, and then black leathers, and then a monocle. And that person puts the monocle on his eye, and you can see Renari goes down the steps.
Right into the dragon's den.
And this is where we'll stop for today.
Nice.
No,
At least I have a new dress.
Yeah, we can dive. We can
That's what
dive
you
well
get.
dressed.
That's what you get when you have a paladin party. No sleep.
Damn it.
Well, we slept on the way here. It was 2 days, so we had long rest on the way.
Yeah, in the rain.
Yes.
Yes.
Can't rain all the time.
No, it can't rain all the time. Good. Okay, so next meeting, let's schedule offline. But you said that you need some time, right? Because of holidays or something like that.
My holidays are over. So I could go in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
28.
Same as me.
Good.
Yes, that's check.
Okay, 28th it is. So thank you very much, and it's going to be interesting. This is all I can I can say, really.
None of your players have ever walked into this room like this.
No, it's fine. I'm happy. I don't know. Are you happy?
Yes.
No. This this is not part of the adventure. How dare you to create something like I read the adventure again just so I was prepared to do all the right things.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I like barely remember anything. A few things here and there I do remember, like the bad poetry. I do remember like some NPC has like a book with bad poetry, like dragon poetry. I remember that, like it. That was like one of the NPCs you found that had that somewhere.
Yeah. And I didn't miss the recording this time, so we'll have a full chapter. Like in last time, I clicked something when I rose from my seat and it was gone. So half a chapter. Okay, so 2 weeks from now, should be fun.
Perfect.
Thank you
Great.
guys. Have
Thank
a
you
good
very
one.
much.
Have a good weekend.
Yes, you too.
Yeah, you too.
Bye bye.
Good luck.